Right, buddy, welcome back to your latest Manchester United news. In this video, we'll be talking Enrique, Camavinga, fresh talks held for Baleba. We've got some news on Dele, Dorgu. We'll talk about a lot of things, really. We'll go through the latest Manchester United news. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Luis Enrique. Now, he's come out from Nathan Salt in the Mail. He is someone who's very credible. His story is very reliable. He's got a good, connections with the club. And he said this: Luis Enrique is very high on Manchester United's shortlist for the new permanent coach. However, there's scepticism that he is ready to leave PSG. Winning the Champions League again could change that. Listen, I think Enrique, we all know, he's a top level manager, world class manager actually. I think he's someone who has got a lot of quality, and I would love him to join Manchester United. I think he's the sort of manager that Manchester United need. He's got a lot of qualities. He's a top level, world class manager. I would definitely have him at the club. He would be a dream candidate, I think, for many people, including myself. He's very high on the shortlist. Listen, apparently United have taken the time, and we know they're not going to be rushed in to make any decision around Michael Carrick, and that's something that's also been reported as well. Everything that I've heard, anything that anyone has said to me is that Manchester United are in no rush. They take their time. We're told that the hierarchy will include Carrick in the consideration and see what else is out there. The problem is, if Carrick continues to do well, with United back in the Champions League and finishes even third, there will be a clamour for fans to get him the job and make their job more complicated. So, listen, I think Carrick, Enrique, whoever that is, gets the job. I just hope they do a good job. I would have Enrique. He is my best choice to have. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Carlos Baleba in the midfield again. So Manchester United have talked with Carlos Baleba's representatives as early as last month. United still have the player high on their list for the summer, despite his form this season. Listen, I like Baleba, I really do. I think he's a very good midfielder. Is he my number one choice? No. Is he someone I think United will inevitably get because he's the only player that singly wants to join United? It's a dream club for him. It's a club that he wants to join. That's why I think United will get Baleba. I think he is a good player. Again, he's still someone who is relatively inexperienced and will probably make mistakes. I think United need a mixture of really experience and sort of youth in that midfield. And I think someone who is experienced is Sandro Tonali, and this is what's been reported. Manchester United have stepped up their interest in Tonali as they prepare for Casemiro's exit and target two new midfielders. Elliot Anderson remains the preferred option, but favours Man City, while Wharton is also under consideration. Tonali has surged up United shortlist, though Newcastle value him at over 100 million. Ineos sees energy work rate box-to-box profile as an ideal partner for Kobe Mainoo. Manchester United are seriously working on a move to sign Sandro Tonali. The player is quite open to a move to United. Listen, I think Tonali is a top level player, and he would be sort of the one that you'd go out and get, him and Anderson. I think Baleba is definitely a good option, and United have massive interest in him, and that's been from last season. We know in August United were having talks with him. So yeah, I think Baleba is definitely someone to look at. I think he's got a lot of good qualities about him. He's got Premier experience, he's got a lot of talent. Again, he is still someone that I think needs a lot of development, and there's probably better, more suited players to him, but I think he's someone who is still got a lot of good qualities, and I think he's someone who complements that United midfield. Could he be a backup to Mainoo? Could he be someone who complements Mainoo? He definitely is a position, and United have talks with him. I think it is obviously difficult to see the way in which his form has kind of declined, but I still think there is a good player in there. In terms of price, 70 million is probably going to be a lot, but I think if you really want to get that player, Brighton are not going to lower their fee, and I think it will be in that sort of region. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is Camavinga. Manchester United and Liverpool on high alert for Camavinga. Intermediaries have informed clubs that Real Madrid midfielder could be available for £40 million. Now, what I'm saying is, another Real Madrid midfielder, £40 million? Yes, please. Camavinga is a world-class talent. He's still only 23. He's got a wealth of European experience. Yes, he don't have experience in the Premier League, but I'm not really bothered about that. Playing for Real Madrid, the pressure on that is outrageous. So I think he'd be able to deal with intense pressure scenarios. Another player from Madrid, yes. And I think he's someone who can come in. He's a deep line midfielder. He's very versatile. He's young. For £40 million, you can't really go wrong. I think he's someone who would add a lot to this team. I do really like him. He's got a few years left on this deal, but he's not really in the frame for Real Madrid at the moment. If he is playing, he's getting sporadic minutes. Yes, he's starting a few games, but not as much at that age you would probably want him to, and the quality that he has. I think he probably sees players like Arda Güler, Thiago Partridge, I think his name is, playing in midfield over him, and that's probably triggered him to want to move. I would take Camavinga all day, every day. I think he's a top midfielder, £40 million. I would be all over that deal. We'll have to wait and see what develops. It's going to be huge on the midfield this season. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. Now, Martinez, De Ligt, Dorgu remain out for the trip to Bournemouth, but Carrick expects Mazraoui to be available despite missing training through illness. Martinez could return versus Leeds. So listen, some injury concerns there. De Ligt, I'm really concerned about, and I'll probably do a separate video about it. He's just not available enough. And this back injury that he has, I don't know what sort of the injury is. I'm hoping he's back soon. I think you do need someone like De Ligt in this team. I think his wealth of European experience, especially with United going into Champions League next season, is key. I think the talent obviously he has is good. I think he is one of United's better defenders. But again, if the injuries issues continue, apparently he was quite injury prone at his previous clubs, you'd have to look at investing and bringing in a new centre back. It's just simple as that, really. In terms of Martinez, again, he's someone I consider leaving, selling as well if the injuries issues persist. Listen, we'll have to see what happens this season, or next season, sorry. If the injuries issues persist, and we'll see how they go with the end of this season, then we definitely have to look at selling him, Martinez. In terms of Dorgu, listen, we know it's a long-term injury. It's going to take a while for him to come back. I think he is a very good player. Dorgu, he's got a lot of talent. I would just keep him at the club, really simple as that. I think Dorgu, someone in the future, left winger at United is the position for him. No matter how good you're going to be, is wait to see, but the talent definitely there. So listen, that has been your latest news, a quick summary there. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments on ENRIQUE, Camavinga. I'll probably do a few separate videos talking about them. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.